It happened 1 year ago. Our final exams were approaching fast, and I still had a lot to prepare. Usually, our school's library closed at 5 p.m., but because of the exams, the school extended the hours until midnight. It was a welcome change for students like me who preferred the quiet, focused environment of a library over the distractions at home. My house wasn't far from the school, so I would often stay late, immersed in my books. That particular evening, I arrived at the library around 6 o'clock. Time slipped away as I studied, and before I knew it, it was already 10 p.m. Normally, I would have left by 8 when there were still some students around. But now the place was eerily silent. I was nearly finished with my work, just 10 or 15 more minutes, I told myself. As I flipped through my notes, I suddenly heard something, an odd, dragging sound like footsteps mixed with the scrape of something heavy being pulled across the floor. A cold shiver ran down my spine. I glanced around. The library was empty. The sound seemed to be coming from just beyond the rows of bookshelves. The fluorescent lights flickered slightly. The silence grew heavier. A sense of unease settled over me. Maybe it was just the janitor? Trying to convince myself, I forced my attention back to my work, but then a whisper. It was faint, almost indistinguishable from the sound of my own breathing. I snapped my head up. Nothing. Deciding I had done enough studying for one night, I quickly packed my bag and made my way toward the exit. Outside the library was a long, dimly lit corridor. The school was nearly empty at this hour, and the quiet only amplified the sound of my own footsteps. Then I saw her. A woman stood at the end of the corridor. She was facing away from me, her figure barely illuminated by the weak glow of the emergency exit sign. Something about her made my stomach twist. Her stance was unnatural, stiff, yet somehow trembling. As I hesitantly took a step forward, the air around me seemed to thicken. I cleared my throat, trying to keep my voice steady. "Excuse me?" She didn't move. I took another step. The woman disappeared. Not turned, not walked away, just gone. My breath hitched. My pulse quickened. My mind screamed at me to run, but my body felt frozen in place. A suffocating stillness swallowed the corridor. Finally, forcing my legs to move, I rushed toward the exit door, shoving it open. The night outside felt unsettlingly quiet. The normally busy street was completely deserted. No cars, no pedestrians, nothing. I kept my head down and walked briskly toward home. My pulse pounded in my ears. Then, suddenly, a shadow stretched toward me. My breath caught in my throat. The shadow didn't match my own. Slowly, dread filling every inch of my being, I lifted my head. A woman was walking ahead of me, or rather, shuffling. Her body swayed unnaturally, her movements slow and deliberate. She wore tattered, dirt-stained clothes, and her hair hung in messy tangles over her face. Her hands and feet were twisted at odd angles. A gut feeling screamed at me, "Don't get closer. Don't pass her." My mind waged a battle between curiosity and terror. I wanted to run, but something told me that acknowledging her existence was a terrible mistake. Then she stopped, and in a voice that sent icy tendrils down my spine, she whispered, "Have you seen my daughter?" I couldn't speak. My throat felt paralyzed. Her head twitched, her body jerking in a grotesque movement as if bones cracked in place. I pointed anywhere just to get her to leave. She's over there." The woman turned in the direction I pointed, her disjointed limbs moving unnaturally. Then she shuffled away. Within moments, she disappeared into the darkness. I didn't wait. I ran, faster than I ever had. My only thought was finding someone, anyone, who could help me. Then, from the distance, her scream tore through the silence. "She is here." A white-hot panic seized my chest. My vision blurred, and the world spiraled into darkness. The next thing I remember was waking up at home. My neighbor had found me unconscious on the ground outside my house and had carried me inside. He told me something I will never forget. In 1998, a woman named Agatha had lost her 10-year-old daughter in a tragic accident. The girl had died while playing near the school. Agatha was devastated. She couldn't bear the loss. She spent weeks wandering the school grounds, calling out for her child. Then one night she vanished, but she was never truly gone. Some say her spirit still roams the area, searching for her daughter. And sometimes she asks strangers if they've seen her. I know the truth now. She's still looking, and I pray she never finds her.